kids were asking me, how can we see the type of bacteria that's going on in the house? You know, with the coronavirus and everything, everyone's washing their hands a lot. Make sure you wash your hands. Everyone wants to make sure that they're not being contaminated and they're being safe and they're keeping their social distance. But wouldn't it be awesome to be able to see if there's already bacteria living, you know, around you, like outside, on the handle of the gate that you come through, the handle of your front door, maybe even the car door handle or the steering wheel. We're gonna check out some of those things. But in order for us to grow microbes, because that's what we're talking about. We're talking about microbes, you guys. And I think some older friends, you guys know about microbes because we did microbes. So microbes, they're just tiny little things, tiny little microscopic things that live everywhere that you can't see with the naked eye. You can't see with the naked eye. So you normally have to grow it, okay, so that you can see it through a microscope, a powerful microscope. Okay, so today we have to create something for the virus or for the bacteria or for the fungus or whatever's going to grow in these petri dishes. We have to create something for it to grow on. So we're going to create some homemade agar. And agar is like it's like a gelatin type of substance, and it's like, you know, it's like Jello. And we could take a Q-tip and we'll be able to swab on top of that and then let that swab grow, and then we'll be able to see what it is. So, okay, in order for us to do this, we have to start with supplies. And remember, most bacteria and stuff that grows, it's really good for you. Most microbes are good. Some are bad. But most of them are good for you, okay? So you're going to need a pot, you guys. So gotta have your grown-up. You gotta have your grown-up. Dang. I always get off beat. I have these petri dishes that look like this, and I just have these just because I have all kinds of weird stuff. You guys know I do. I was going to use them for art, but now we're going to use them for their purpose. Okay, so they look like this. But do you need this? No. If you want to do this at home, you don't need this. If you want to just watch and like observe, you can do that too. But you can also get, you know, the cookie dishes, the cupcake dishes with the 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If you have a glass one or a disposable see-through one, there's no disposable see-through one. If you have a glass one, that would work out best. And you can be able to pour the stuff that we're going to make in there, and it'll serve the same purpose. You can just cover it with plastic wrap. So you won't have a lid, you'll have the bottom and plastic wrap. So you'll need something like that. You'll need some sugar. This is the gelatin that I have. And I have this gelatin because you need flavorless gelatin with no flavor. Okay? You need this. And then you need, everybody got this in their kitchen. And then you need beef bouillon cubes. Beef bouillon cubes, not chicken. You're not going to eat them if you're vegan or whatever. If you're vegetarian. Well, neither one of those eat any of these. Anyhow, so beef bouillon cubes. And then you're going to need, so I've got my pot, I've got my way to stir, and you're going to need a refrigerator. We all have one of those. Okay, here we go. Now, first things first. I am going to take 4 cups of water. Okay, so I have milliliters here. So in order to make this milliliter, actually I want 3 cups. Actually, since this is milliliters and I want cups, when I do the math, it's about 709 milliliters. So I'm going to go to the 300 twice, and then I'm going to go to the 100 once, because that equals 700. Okay, so pause. Let me go get the water. Okay, so now I have my water. Now remember, 3 cups of water, 3 packets of these. Anyways, I was never gonna be able to do that unless I did it now. So I'm gonna mix these in. Unflavored gelatin. Mixer. Where's my little mixer? I put a mixer out here. Hold on, you guys. Let me find something to mix. So now I have my 3 cups of water in a bowl. Okay. Yeah, I was trying to create a air conditioner. It's hot here. It's cold in here, actually. Okay, so you guys are gonna also need Q-tips. I didn't tell you that. Let's pour the gelatin in the water. 3 cups of water. 3 cups of gelatin, unflavored. One moment to be stirring this. We're gonna warm this up, and so this is going to all warm up. We're gonna bring this to a boil. After we put this in, after we put this in, you guys, we're gonna warm this up, okay? We need to put 6 tablespoons of sugar. I have my little measuring cup. If you don't have a measuring cup, just get the small spoon. Oh no, get the big spoon, get the big spoon. Okay, get the big spoon, all right, and put 3. So let's open up the sugar. Now I have sugar to make my tea and stuff. I had to go buy sugar. This is the first time I had to go actually buy something. Right? And thank goodness it was only $2.99. Oops, did sugar go into there? Oh, hey, that was so clumsy of me. Sugar's not good to spill. Not right now. Look at all this sugar. Okay, so it says 1 tablespoon. We need 6 tablespoons. I'm doing it carefully this time. 1, 2, 3, because I always be trying to, hold on, I can't talk. 4, 5, I might forget. 6. Ugh, that was a little bit over. I'm pouring it back in. I just want to make sure that I'm doing it right, because sometimes I just try to do my own thing and it don't work out. Sometimes it does. Most times it doesn't. So, I want this to work out. This is gonna have to sit for 3 days, you guys. Like, after we're done making this mixture, warming it up and boiling it like we're about to do, I'm about to show you guys how to do that. We're gonna have to sit in the refrigerator for 2 hours. Then we're gonna have to take it out of the refrigerator. But we have to watch out for something called condensation. Okay, so I'll tell you what that's about. Now I'm going to take this solution with all of this, and I'm going to add 4 of these beef bouillon cubes. These are big. Let's read the instructions on this. Look how big this bouillon cube is. I don't think they mean these. These are 6 large bouillon cubes. So let's see. Serving size, 1/2 a cube makes 1 cup prepared. 1/2 a cube? Serving size, 1/2 a cube. So I guess it's 1/2 a cube. So I'm gonna put 1 of these in here, because honestly, I'm not sure. Or maybe a pinch of another one. What do you think, cameraman? Half of another one? Really? Okay. This is kind of half. All right. Now, in order for this bouillon cube, look at how this looks. Look up close, cameraman. Look at this. In order for this to bouillon cube up, milk this bouillon cube, we have to warm it up. So hold on, I'll meet you at the stove. This had came to a boil. Turn the fire off. We're gonna let this sit for 5 minutes. Okay. So now you guys, I have my mixture in the pot that I said we needed. And I'm gonna keep stirring it. You have to stir it the whole time. You have to stir it continuously. So who knows how long this is gonna take for this bouillon cube to melt. Once it does get to a boil and the bouillon cube does melt, you have to take it, have your family take it. You don't take it. You shouldn't even be doing this part, but unless your grown up is living. So you're going to let it cool off, y'all. Let it cool off for 5 minutes. That means take it off the fire and just let it sit. Okay? Let it sit down for a little bit. Let it relax. Okay. Then, see, I could tell there's bouillon cube chunks in here. Let me show you before. Look at that. I want to try to smash that somehow. I could smash it. Probably should have smashed it before I put it in. Okay, so I'll meet you once mine is ready. Let yours boil. Okay, so this is my homemade agar, which is the gelatin type mixture that the bacteria is going to cling on to and grow on. See what type of fungus, whatever grows. And I'll show you, I'll give you guys a chart where we'll be able to see what kind of spores. Like, does it look like it's bursting? Does it look flat? Does it look like a round circle? Like, does it look stringy? The different microbes and bacteria and funguses look all way different. It's like the galaxy. But before I pour this into my Petri dishes, or before you pour it into your cupcake pan, okay, you're going to use plastic wrap to go over the top. Well, let's make a list. What are we actually going to swab? Because we're going to have to use tape, and we're going to have to write. Actually, I think this Sharpie might write right onto that. Yeah, the Sharpie, if you use a Sharpie, it'll write right onto this. If you don't have a Sharpie, use tape. Put a little piece of tape on top of the piece of plastic where the hole is at, or on top of the Petri dish, and write down what you're going to swab. But first, let me figure that out. I'm going to do the door handle of my house. The one outside. I'm going to put door handle. And I'm going to put that. See how it says door handle? Can you see that? Can you see that door handle? Because it's clear. You see that? How it says door handle? So for each one of these, I'm going to make my list, and I'm going to write down what I'm going to put inside of this. So come up with your list. Door handle, refrigerator knob, microwave button, handle to the sink, to the toilet paper fluff, the toilet bowl flusher, whatever. And then you take that list and write each one of those things on each one of your, either the plastic wrap circle or Petri dish or something similar to this. Okay, so I'm gonna make my list. I'm gonna write on mine. You'll see mine. And then after I'm done, I'm going to, I can pour this one because it's been 5 minutes. It's been a little bit past 5 minutes. I'm gonna pour a little bit in here. Not too much. About that much there. Can you see that? Remove these. Got to make sure everything's really sterile. Okay, so now I'm going to take this. Now, I didn't swab anything. Guess why? Because I have to let this sit. It's going to turn into like Jello. It's really hard to pick up because you don't want to spill it. So I'm going to take this one. I'm just going to stack it right there. Condensation. Do you see the steam that's building up here? I don't want too much of that to build up, so I'm gonna kind of let some of that steam come out of there, because if that comes out, condensation is water, so I don't want to pull the water out the water. I'm gonna put the water out the water. I need the water to stay inside of the agar. So if you do see a lot of condensation after you put it in the fridge, when it's time, you're gonna have to take that and flip it to the other side to try to absorb some more of that water, and then you can flip it back. So best thing to do is just let that condensation kind of leak out. All right, like that. Just let it leak out how I have it until the condensation calms down. I see it starting to calm down right here. So this is the hardest part. So let me put on my gloves, because you want to wear gloves to make sure no bacteria. I didn't wear gloves with that one. I was just trying to show you the first preliminaries, how to do it. This is how we do it. Na, 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 na. That was horrible. That was a horrible rendition of Montel Jordan's This Is How We Do It. Okay, so I have my gloves. I am about to begin. Just creating. Okay, so door handle. I'll see you in a minute. Okay, so now I came up with my list. I'm doing my cat litter scooper handle, the door handle, the fridge handle, microwave handle, arm of the couch, stair railing, garbage can, mirror's nose, cell phone, shoelaces, computer keyboard, the remote control, and the light switch. A whole bunch of stuff we touch all the time. And so, yeah, with this, coronavirus epidemic happening and stuff, this is like something that really is helping ease my children's anxiety. I'm trying to show them that, not all bacteria is bad. Not all fungus and stuff are bad. Like most of them actually are really good for us. So, all right, let's check and see what's up in the house. The next part is for us to put the tops on these, and we're gonna put them in the refrigerator for 3 hours. Hopefully they gelatize, okay? If you look in, you have to keep checking on them though. If you look in there and you see a whole bunch of condensation on the top, which means you'll see looks like water or water driplets on the top, you gotta flip it to the other side. Because what's happening is the water is coming out of the agar and it's collecting at the top of the petri dish or the top of the plastic, and we don't want that. We want that water to stay in the water, okay? So I'm about to close mine up. I'm gonna have to stack them, and I'm about to put them in my refrigerator for 3 hours. You do the same, and in 3 hours, I shall see you. Okay, so now I've taken my agar plates out of my homemade, out of the refrigerator. So our next step, first let me see. You really don't want to open these because you don't want too much bacteria to get in. Just make sure, yep, it's nice and wipeable. We are going to get some fresh, stay looking at that. We have some fresh Q-tips that we're gonna use to swab, which means we're going to take these Q-tips and we're going to swab different surfaces. So the first surface we're gonna swab is the stair railing. Okay. Okay, so here's the stair railing. You saw me swab it. Now I'm just gonna rub it across the agar. Just rub it on there. Get all that, whatever's in there. On there. That's gone. This is done. Bam. Arm of the couch. This is the arm of the couch. Can't really see it, but... Okay, arm of the couch. Arm of the couch is going on there. We're going to see what kind of bacteria is growing on that nasty couch. Alrighty. Close up. You're going to grow. Alright. Okay, so now that we have swabbed, these are dirty cotton swabs that should be in the garbage, but they're not. Anyway, here we go. You see this? They are done. But they're too cold. Bacteria and fungus cannot grow on cold surfaces. So we actually want to put these back into the plastic bag that we got them in. And then we're going to put them in a cardboard box. And then I'm going to put them in a deep closet somewhere for it to get nice and gross and nasty and hot. All right, so I'm going to see you in 3 days. And we're going to look at this bacteria. Okay, so days later, we are going to see what kind of bacteria or fungus is growing in the community around me. Community around me. So we're gonna open up this magic box here that has those petri dishes with that craziness growing on it. And then after we look at it, I'm going to draw it so that you can see the shape of it. And I'm going to show it to you, of course. And then we're going to try to look at it in our microscope to try to see what it looks like up close. So there's 3 parts. First part, open up, unveil the craziness. Let's see. Now, when you open up your box, if you do this, if you did it, it's going to stink. It's going to stink, which means it is going to stink. It's going to smell nasty. Ugh, I already see stuff. Okay. Let's see what's growing here. Front door handle. Now, we don't want to open these up because they're going to stink. And as a matter of fact, I should put tape. I'm just going to put them all out. That's mucus from Mir's nose growing right there. And then you see some fungus growing there. There's a little bit of fungus in each one, but some of the fungus is different. This fungus in here, you can see how it's really green, and this fungus is black, and you can even see it from the back. Oh, I don't want to tilt that. Computer keyboard. Ooh, these began to melt. Ugh, the bacteria couldn't grow. Oh, ooh. Microwave handle, door handle. I should be using my gloves. Let me put these gloves on before anything gets on my hands. This is looking. Make sure you always wear gloves when you touch stuff. I actually should have put my gloves on before, but I was so excited to see what was growing here. Whoa. Look at the shoelaces. What is growing in there? Those are some type of speckles or something. Oh my goodness, you guys. Maybe we could have. Ooh. This is the arm of the couch. And it kind of looks the nastiest. It's the second nastiest. Okay, so, cameraman, I want you to get all these up close here. Now, the reason why I'm showing you this is because I want to show you that bacteria and fungus is growing everywhere, on everything you touch, everything you sit on, your clothes. Can you see me? Every single thing that you're around has either bacteria or fungus on it, or it's carrying viruses, or it's carrying good things or bad things, right? So I wanted to show you guys that yes, let's look down here. Let's analyze some of this. Look at the color of this fungus here. This is fungus. Some of the fungus is black. Okay, some of it is green. Look at this black one. we look down here at the rubbing of the shoelaces. Look at that. And it looks like it's sprouting. Can you get, how close can you get? Yes. It looks like it has actual like legs around it there. Yeah, that's crazy. And then we've got the arm of the couch, which I'm just gonna raise it up. Can you see that? Don't get nowhere near it. Sheesh. And if you look towards the side the way I'm looking, you can see that it's very furry. So I don't know. I'm just always amazed by knowing what's growing on and around us. But thank God, the only one here that seems like it's growing some type of flesh type of bacteria is Amir's nose. Look down here. Look closer to this. When you look in here, you can kind of see this cloudy, this like these patches of cloud here. That is some intense bacteria growing here. Okay, because that rubbing was, you couldn't even see anything here when it was rubbed. So yeah, let's see what else is roaming around in here. Yeah, so we're really lucky that we didn't see anything like red, anything growing that's like red or something like that, because then that indicates that that's not something that's too good at all. So give me a minute. I'm gonna clip a piece of this out and look at it up close, a little bit closer, and show you guys what this looks like a little bit closer. Okay, so you guys, after this, we're gonna do a quick little slideshow so you show you these up close. But man, oh man, the bacteria and stuff. Wash your hands. Wash your hands. Wash your hands, so that none of this stuff that you see here can get on your hands. So now you see. Look, you gonna see. Look down here. Now you see what you're getting on your hands when you don't wash them, and then you go eat, and then you're putting this type of stuff in your mouth. So make sure you're washing your hands. I love y'all, so I want to keep y'all safe. So I had to show you guys how nasty it really is, because we can't see everything we're getting on us. I love you, and see you next time. I miss you guys.